Good morning, everyone. It's just past 7 a.m. and I'm worried about Banjo up there. So we're heading to the vet. So we got a weird thing with Banjo. I have not taken a snake to the vet in a long time because I haven't needed to. But he has this weird thing on the upper third, basically on his neck, where you probably can't tell, but right here is coming out a little bit, and same with the other side. And it's definitely noticeable.
I got a better shot of it outside here. You can tell on the upper third of his body from the underside, it almost looks like some ribs are out or something like that. And it's not just their normal musculature or the, normal sort of body type of a black-headed python. There's something weird going on for sure.
Tomorrow is Banjo's vet appointment, and he's acting normal. He's acting like there's no problem. But as we know with snakes, a lot of times there can be a problem, and they just don't show it. It kind of seems like sometimes they don't feel pain, like we do. And I don't know what that is, but, if I touch this on both sides, he doesn't seem to react to it. And he's climbing around like normal, but I just want the vet to tell me what they think. And also, by the way, there's probably nothing that a vet can do, but I don't know that for sure. So it's important when you see something wrong with your snake, whether they're behaving differently, strangely, or you see an anomaly on their body. You can kind of barely see it right now. Well, there you go. Right there. You see an anomaly on their body. It's important to get that checked out. So there we go. Look at this. Echo wants to eat. All right, so you probably got the explanation from the past day or so. So here's what we're going to do. The way I transport a snake is I either put them in a snake bag and put them in a tub like this, or I just put them in a tub like this with a towel. And it depends on whether the snake is going to be nervous traveling or not. Most of my snakes are not nervous travelers. Banjo definitely isn't. I mean, I never travel with Banjo, but he's not a nervous snake, I guess is the point. So what I do is I put a towel in here so that if he does get nervous, he can bury himself under the towel. And then we just pull him out of his sky hide. Anytime I show a sky hide, people ask how it's done and how do you get that. It's just a bracket that affixes onto the top of the cage. It's just a 3D printed bracket. And in the US, Reptile Basics sells them. There's a number of other people that sell them. So it's real easy. You just screw it to the top. And then a normal hide just, screws in there. So I'm just going to put this hide in upside, I don't even have to take him out of the hide. I'm just going to put it upside down in this thing. He's coming out to see me anyway. All right, there we go. Locking lid on this thing works great as a travel carrier. Let's head to the vet. Okay, couple of things about transporting snakes, especially for newer keepers. First of all, always transport them in something like a tub or a secure bag. Make sure the bag is secure. Don't have your child or your friend or whatever, spouse, holding the snake in the car. I know that you, dear viewer, don't individually need to know that, but you'd be surprised at how many people do. So that's number one. Number two, I know a lot of newer keepers get real concerned. They're taking their snake to the vet and the weather isn't the optimal temperatures for your snake. Don't worry about it. It's fine. The biggest concern is too much heat. So presumably you're going to be bringing your snake into your climate controlled car and it's going to be just fine. But if it's freezing cold out, just bring him to the car. Make sure, warm the car up. No big deal. If it's really hot out, just don't leave your snake in a hot car. But a transport to the vet is not that big of a deal. If you have a long drive to the vet, still not a big deal. Don't have your snake digesting food, when you take them. and they'll be just fine on that trip.
Okay, here we are at the Exotic Animal Veterinary Center. This is in Pasadena, California. I know a lot of people are going to ask that question. Anyway, while we wait for them to open, because they're not open yet, let's first of all thank the channel sponsors, the Royals Project and Lane Labs. Really appreciate them. And we'll also scroll the horde of keepers while we're doing this. These are the folks on Patreon who help out the channel and get a bunch of benefits. We have fun over there. It's patreon.com/greenroompythons. Okay, here we go. The vet will be open shortly.
You guys look, they put his name on the door. Do you see under here? Do you see how this is kind of splayed out? It's hard to tell if you don't know what he normally looks like, but it almost looks like two veins going down.
Sure.
Yeah.
But this shouldn't really be protruding.
Yeah,
That's what you mean?
exactly.
Okay.
And
yeah.
so it doesn't seem to bother him. He's still eating just fine. But I feel like, I mean, maybe it has to do with ribs, like he maybe wrapped something. And,
yeah, that is about the area.
But the other thing is, I don't remember the last time he wrapped something really hard. He usually doesn't. I put food in there for him to find in his cage, and he roots around and just starts eating it.
That's
But
cool.
occasionally he gets excited and wraps something, and I just don't remember if he's done it recently or not.
All right, and talk me through your feeding style. What are you feeding? How long are you leaving it in his enclosure? Is it his enclosure he lives in, or does he have a feeding enclosure?
Yeah, no. It's the enclosure he lives in,
Okay.
and he eats rats, quail, chicks, sometimes fish, but it's been a really long time since I gave him
Live or
fish.
frozen
No,
thawed?
frozen thawed.
Okay.
He gets fed differently than most pythons because black-headed pythons eat reptiles in the wild. They have much faster metabolisms. So,
cool.
He
Okay.
gets fed about every 4 to 5 days. He gets a small meal. So rather than giving him a big fat meal once every 2 weeks, you know. You want to tear that?
Okay, on you go. Great, we are 2.9 kilograms.
Cool.
Free.
Big boy for a 3-year-old. Okay, the vet didn't want to be filmed, which is totally okay. I always ask before, just rolling the camera. But she did a full exam on Banjo and checked his heart and his lungs and looked at that. So was so surprised that, what a good snake he is, how well socialized he is and whatever. But she didn't seem to be too concerned. She said, we could do x-rays if you want. And I don't really, there's no need to, because I said, look, if his ribs are out of place for some reason, there's nothing you can do anyway. And she agreed. So it would just be for all our knowledge. So what I'm going to do is keep an eye on it. And if it gets worse, I'll bring him back, which is kind of what you tend to do a lot of times with stuff like this with snakes. Right now, we don't need to do an x-ray, but we may need to if it starts getting worse. And I'm used to keeping my eye on stuff. The inspector several years ago developed what looks like an abscess on his face. And I brought him to the vet, different vet, and they wanted to do all kinds of invasive surgery and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I'll keep an eye on it. And I do keep an eye on it. It's been fine for years. So let's bring him home and back in his cage. Okay, that was Banjo's first health check, and it went so well. She was very complimentary of his demeanor and how healthy he was. He didn't look underweight or overweight. Always good to hear that kind of stuff. But, we chatted a bit, and she said that when people do bring their snakes to the vet, it's always too late. She said that she often gets ball pythons in where the people are like, yeah, he hasn't eaten in 8 months. And she's like, you're bringing him to me now. And what I told her is, I said, the reason for that is that they go online and they go, hey, my snake hasn't eaten in 4 months. And they get all these people saying, oh, that's okay. It's normal. Don't worry about it. So then 5 months and then 6 months and then 7 months. And people are still saying it's normal. It's just a seasonal thing. It's a ball python thing. It's not normal. I've mentioned this before. It's common, but it's not normal. So bring your snake to the vet before they're on the brink of death. You know, by the way, 8 months of not eating doesn't put them on the brink of death, but it does, you know, if they're not eating, it could be a potential problem. So anyway, the whole point here is if you see anything wrong, I visually saw something on the snake's body, or if the snake is acting in a way that makes you a little bit concerned, take your snake to the vet, get him a checkup. Obviously, I'll update you if things change in Banjo's condition and I have to bring him back to the vet or anything like that. I'll keep you posted on that. All right, I think we did it. Thanks for watching. See you next week.